Okay, so in the last lecture, we have started with the properties of the fluid. We have completed the properties of the fluid. Okay, in that we have seen the first property as the density. What is the density? Density is of the two type. It is mass density and weight density. Okay, what is meant by mass density? Mass density is nothing but the ratio of mass of fluid to the volume of fluid. Then we have seen the weight density, weight of fluid to the volume of fluid. Okay. Then we have seen the relation between the mass density and weight density. And very importantly, please note the mass density of water. It is 1000 kg per meter cube, and the weight density of water is 9.81 kilonewton per meter cube. Okay. Then we have seen the relation between them. That is the rho into g. Okay. So W is equal to rho into g. This is the relation between mass density and weight density. Then also we have seen that the density of water is maximum at 4 degrees Celsius. Okay. And also I have added this, see here, note one more point. I have added the one new point here. As we have seen in the last lecture, the density of water is maximum at 4 degrees Celsius. Also, I have added one more point is that the weight of the body changes from place to place, but its mass remains constant. Okay, also write down the note there. Whenever we are considering the mass and the weight of the body changes from place to place, but the mass will remains as a constant. Why it changes? Please see. I will give one example. Suppose we are measuring the weight of body on the earth. Okay, on the earth, the gravitational acceleration is different. Okay, but if we are dealing with the moon, then at that point the gravitational acceleration is different. Okay, so the g, that is acceleration due to gravity, will changes from place to place. So that's why the weight also changes place to place, but the mass is always remain constant if you go anywhere. Okay. Mass is always constant because mass is not depend on the acceleration, but the weight is depends on the acceleration due to gravity, that is g. As the g is varies from place to place, on the earth g is different, on the moon earth it is different. Okay, so g varies point. Okay, place to place. So as the g varies, w also varies, that is weight. So please note this point. This is asked once in the MCQ, so that I have added here. Note this point. Weight of the body changes. Weight of the body changes point to point, sorry, place to place. Weight of the body changes place to place, but its mass remains constant. Okay, weight of the body changes from place to place, but its mass remains always constant. Then we have seen the specific volume. What is meant by the specific volume? Specific volume means nothing but it is simply reciprocal of mass density. Okay, it is the simply reciprocal of mass density. That is, it is defined as the ratio of volume of the fluid to its mass. Okay, volume of fluid to its mass, that is called as specific volume, and its unit is meter cube per kg. Okay, just we are briefly revising what we have covered in the last lecture. Then we have seen the specific gravity, that is also called as relative density. Okay, specific gravity is also called as relative density. It is defined as the ratio of the density of any liquid to the density of standard liquid. Sorry, density of any fluid to the standard fluid. And standard fluid, if we are dealing with the liquid, we are taking the standard fluid as water. And when we are dealing with the air or gases, the standard fluid is taken as air. Okay. And as it is the ratio, its unit is unitless quantity. Okay. As it is ratio, it is unitless quantity. Then we have seen the surface tension. It is very important phenomena, and the very important formula in that the pressure changes or rise on the liquid droplet. P is equal to 4 sigma by D. On the hollow bubble, P is equal to 8 sigma by D, and liquid jet P is equal to 2 sigma by D. Okay, these are very important formulas. And the unit of the surface tension is Newton per meter. Okay, the unit of the surface tension is Newton per meter, and the pressure Newton per mm square or Newton per meter square. See here, the unit of the surface tension is Newton per meter, and here unit of pressure as sigma is Newton per meter, and the D is also there. So Newton per meter square will be the unit of pressure rise. Okay, or the pressure changes due into the liquid droplet due to the surface tension. Then we have seen the capillarity formula for capillarity, 4 sigma cos theta divided by rho GD. This is a very important formula. Capillarity is measured in the mm, centimeter, etc. And the theta, that is a contact angle for the water. And if there is a clean glass and water angle, then it is taken as 0 degree. And for mercury, it is taken as 128 degree. If the water rises in the capillary tube, it is taken as capillary rise. If it falls, it is taken as capillary fall. Then we have seen the bulk modulus. As the pressure increases, volume will get changes. This ratio of the pressure and volume is taken as bulk modulus. And if we reverse this, the ratio is taken, if we are taking the ratio as volume by pressure, then it is called as compressibility. Then we have seen the very important term, that is the viscosity. And this viscosity it is defined as the property of fluid by virtue of which the motion of lower layer is opposite by the upper layer. Means what? Suppose two layers are flowing, but the velocity of this two layer is different. Okay, so the one layer which is moving with fast velocity and one layer is moving with slow velocity, the slow velocity layer will oppose the motion of the fast moving velocity. Okay, so this is called as viscosity, opposition to the motion of one layer by the adjacent layer, and it is denoted by letter mu. Then the increase in the pressure temperature results in, if we go on increasing the temperature, the viscosity of the gases will increase and the viscosity of liquid will get decreases. Okay, if we go on increasing the viscous temperature, the viscosity of gas will increases and viscosity of liquid will get decreases. Then we have seen the Newton's law of viscosity. How is proportional to the du by dy? This du by dy is nothing but what? Velocity gradient. Okay, du by dy is nothing but the velocity gradient. This tau, that is shear stress, is directly proportional to the velocity gradient. Okay. Then we are taking the constant as a mu, and this mu is known as viscosity, and it is of two types. One is the dynamic viscosity and another is the kinematic viscosity. And it is most important to know the relation between dynamic viscosity and kinematic viscosity, and also the relation between the SI unit and CGI units of the dynamic viscosity and the kinematic viscosity. Okay, that also we have seen. See here, SI unit of the dynamic viscosity, Newton second per meter square, and CGS unit is poise. The relation between them is 1 poise is equal to 1 by 10 Newton second per meter square. And also the kinematic viscosity, the unit is meter square per second, and the CGS unit is Stoke, and 1 Stoke is equal to 10 raised to minus 4 meter square per second. Okay. These relations we have seen in the last lecture, Up to here we have completed in the last lecture. This is very important points. The relation between kinematic viscosity and dynamic viscosity. Okay. The kinematic viscosity is equal to dynamic viscosity divided by mass density. This is the relation between this both. Okay. So we'll start with the next last point of first chapter, that is property of fluid, that is the types of fluid. After that we will see the what are the MCQs or the questions that are asked in the previous question papers related to this first topic. Newtonian fluid. Newtonian fluid is the fluid in which the shear stress is directly proportional to the shear strain or the velocity gradient. Means what? What we have given in the Newton's law of viscosity, as we see that Newton's law of viscosity told us that tau, that is shear stress, is directly proportional to the velocity gradient, that is du by dy. Okay, so the fluid which obeys this Newton's law of viscosity, that is the fluid which gives the shear stress, is directly proportional to the velocity gradient, or shear stress is directly proportional to the shear strain. Such fluids are known as Newtonian fluid. Simply, it is very simple definition. Those fluids which obeys Newton's law of viscosity are called as Newtonian fluid. Such fluids are glycerin, kerosene, air, water, alcohol, etc. There are a number of fluids like that. And what is meant by non-Newtonian fluid? The fluid which does not obey Newton's law of viscosity. Okay, means what? In the fluid, when the shear stress is not directly proportional to shear strain, it is called as non-Newtonian. In the simple language, the fluid which does not obey Newton's law of viscosity is called as non-Newtonian fluid. And some example are slurries, printers ink, toothpaste, gels, polymer, solution paints, okay, etc. These are the examples of non-Newtonian fluids. Okay. This is very simple definition. What is Newtonian fluid? What is non-Newtonian fluid? The fluid which obeys Newton's law of viscosity, it is called Newtonian fluid. The fluid which does not obey Newton's law of viscosity is called as non-Newtonian fluid. Okay. Now, what is meant by ideal fluid? And what is meant by real fluid? Okay. An ideal fluid is a fluid that has the several properties, including the fact that is incompressible. Okay, we are assuming what we are assuming. The ideal fluid is considered as incompressible. Incompressible means what? If we take one cylinder and here there is a piston arrangement and it is a liquid below that, any liquid or any fluid is there. Here it is cylinder and we are applying the pressure or load on this cylinder. Okay, suppose this load we are acting is of quantity P. Okay, when we are applying load, the volume of that fluid will not get changed. That is, change in volume is equal to 0. So such fluids are called as incompressible. Okay, fluids whose volume will not get changed, such fluids are called as incompressible fluids. Okay, so in ideal fluid, we are assuming that all fluids are incompressible. The fluid whose density or the volume is always constant. It is not get reduced. Okay, its density will not vary, its volume will not vary. Okay, such fluids are called as incompressible. And when the fluid is incompressible, then if it is irrotational and non-viscous, then that fluid is called as ideal fluid. Okay, non-viscous means there is no viscosity in that fluid. Okay, all the layers of fluids are freely traveling. Okay, there is no viscosity between the adjacent layers of the fluid. Such fluids are called as non-viscous. Okay, so what is meant by the ideal fluid? The ideal fluid is the one which gives which is incompressible, irrotational, and the non-viscous. Okay, but in the reality, there is no such a fluid which is incompressible, irrotational, and non-viscous. Okay, but we are, this is just an assumption as ideal fluid. But in the reality, there is no such a fluid which is incompressible, which is irrotational, and which is non-viscous. Okay, this is was just a imaginary thing. However, such a fluid does not exist. Such a fluid is does not exist in the nature, and thus the concept of ideal fluid is only imaginary. Okay, such fluids are not there. It is imaginary concept. Then what is meant by the real fluid? The fluid which is compressible, which can rotate, which can have the viscosity. Okay, such fluids are called as real fluid. And all the fluids in the nature are considered as real fluid. Okay, all the fluids are considered as real fluid, which is compressible, which is viscous. That is what it obeys the Newton's law of viscosity. Such fluids are called as real fluids, and all the fluids in the nature are taken as real fluid. There is no any ideal fluid in the is existing. This is only imaginary concept. Okay, then this graph shows fluids and its types: ideal plastic fluid, non-Newtonian fluid, Newtonian fluid, and the ideal fluid. Okay, if they will ask by the graph, you should also know the graph. You may take the screenshot of this screen, so we will get the graph, how the graphs are varies with the fluids. Okay, then the next topic is measurement of pressure. This we will see after the solving MCQ regarding the first chapter. Okay, we will see first the MCQ regarding first chapter. We will solve some previously asked MCQ regarding the first chapter. Okay, now see. The question number 1. These are the previously asked question papers. Okay, so see here, we will go one by one. The first question is, the surface tension is the phenomenon due to. Okay, the surface tension is the phenomenon due to cohesion only, viscous force, adhesion between the liquid and the solid molecule, difference in the magnitude between the forces due to the adhesion and cohesion. What will be the answer? The cohesion, viscous force, adhesion. As we have seen, the surface tension is due to the force of attraction between two same molecules. So the surface tension is due to the cohesion. Okay. Then the second question is, which of the following is the correct dimension for dynamic viscosity? Okay, this question is in the last chapter, that is dimension analysis models. Okay, we will see also these are here also. To see, as we know, what is the unit of dynamic viscosity? The unit for the dynamic viscosity is Newton second per meter square. Okay, as we know, the unit for dynamic viscosity is Newton second per meter square. Then what is the relation between Newton and kg? As what is MLT? M indicates MLT. In MLT, what is M? M indicates
Mass.
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 1 second. I will show this in. Okay, so see here. we have to go for the dynamic viscosity. Okay, and its unit is what? Newton second per meter square. And we have to find what? The dimensionless analysis. This what? M, L, T. M indicates mass, L indicates length, and T indicates time. Okay. So here the unit is in Newton. So how can we find out the mass? What is the relation between Newton and mass in kg? What is the relation between this? Can anyone tell the relation between Newton and kg? What is the relation between Newton and kg? If you don't know, if you don't remember this, just follow the formula. As we know, the basic formula, this force, yes. But as we know the basic formula, what is that formula? Weight is equal to mass into gravity. W is equal to mg. That we have seen the basic formula. Okay. So what is the unit of W? Newton. Weight is in Newton. What is the unit of mass? Kg. What is the unit of G? That is acceleration due to gravity. Acceleration meter per second square. Acceleration is a unit. What is the unit of acceleration? Meter per second square. Unit of velocity, meter per second. Unit of acceleration, meter per second square. Okay. Now we have to convert Newton to kg per meter square. Okay. So what is Newton? Newton is equal to kg meter per second square. Are you getting how it comes? As we know the basic formula, W is equal to mg. W is in Newton, m is in kg, g that is gravitational acceleration, meter per second square. If I put here is equal to Newton, if in the place of Newton I will take Newton meter per second square. Okay, now here there are already second and the meter square. It is there only. Already second and divided by meter square is there. So second will get cancelled. 1 second will get cancelled. Only 1 second will remain. And from meter square, 1 meter will get cancelled. So finally, we will get kg per meter into second. Okay, kg per meter second. How we denote the kg? That is mass. Now in MLT, how we indicate meter? That is length. How we indicate second? That is time. So what is the unit of dynamic viscosity? By the dimensionless analysis, m upon LT, or it can be written as m L raised to -1 T raised to -1. Get it? If you have any problem, I will explain once more. If you have not understood any problem regarding this, or should I repeat once?
No, sir.
Is it okay? Good. Okay,
Repeat.
so repeat karo. Okay, where I will repeat once. You see here. If you don't get, those who are not getting this here, I will repeat once. Just go by the simple definition, dynamic viscosity, that is mu. We know the formula, Newton second per meter square. We know this formula, but we have to go for the dimensionless analysis, and dimensionless analysis is always given in meter, mass, length, and time. That is in kg, in meter, and second. We have to convert all the units in kg, meter, and second. All units should be converted into these three format only. That is kg, meter, and second. Okay, that is mass, length, and time. Now see here, our unit is in Newton. Second is second, and last one is the meter. Okay, there is no problem with these two, second and meter, because it is length and time. We have that. But the problem is only Newton, because mass is in kg. We know Mass is taken as in kg. So we need to convert Newton into kg. Okay, and how this, if you know the formula directly, it is better. If you don't know, we know the basic relation between mass and weight. W is equal to mg. This we have learned a lot of times in the first year also, in the diploma also, if you are from diploma. Okay, weight is equal to mass into gravity. What is the unit of weight? Newton is equal to, what is the unit of mass? Kg into, what is the unit of g? It is acceleration. So meter per second square. Unit of acceleration, meter per second square. Unit of velocity, meter per second. Unit of acceleration, meter per second square. Okay. So just put, instead of Newton, kg, meter per second square. Okay. So I will put here C, kg, meter per second square. And already there is a second and meter square. So I will take that also. S divided by m square. Now, one S is get cancelled and one M is get cancelled. So finally, it will remain as kg meter second. Okay. And how the kg is indicated? Kg is indicated as a mass, meter that is length, and second that is time. So finally, it is taken as M divided by L. Okay. And also it is written as M, as they are in the denominator, L minus 1, T minus 1. Okay, it can be written like this. So we will see what is our answer. See here. What is the answer? M, L minus 1 and T minus. That is the answer is C. Okay, the answer will be your mark. So here the answer will be C. That is M, L raised to minus 1, T raised to minus 1. If you want to see the answer, I will show that also for second question. The answer is C. For first question it is A. The second question answer is C. Okay, so we are right. Now we will move forward for the next question number 3. We'll move forward for next question number 3. What is the third question? Newtonian fluid satisfy which of the following equations? What is the equation for the Newtonian fluid? What is the formula for Newton's law of viscosity? Someone has answered. Answer as a C. So see here, what is the Newton's law of viscosity? Newton's law of viscosity is what? Shear stress is directly proportional to the velocity gradient, that is du by dy. That is equal to, shear stress is equal to mu into du by dy. So our answer C is correct. We will move forward. The specific gravity of an oil with a specific weight of 7.85. What is the specific gravity of an oil of the specific weight 7.85 kilonewton per meter cube? How you find out the specific gravity? How you find out the specific gravity? Specific gravity is equal to specific gravity of any fluid. It is oil. So I will take oil to the specific gravity of standard fluid we are taking as water. So what is the specific gravity of oil is given? 7.85 divided by the standard fluid water. The specific gravity of water is 9.81. We should remember this. The specific gravity of oil, the specific gravity of water is always taken as 9.81. So if we divide 7.85 by 9.85, how much it will become? 0.8. Very good. So our answer will be A, that is 0.8. If you will not get any answer, please ask me. I will repeat that question. Now, see, the next question is 1 poise is equal to, this is direct question. 1 poise is equal to how much Newton second per meter square? We know the formula. 1 poise is equal to 1 by 10 Newton second per meter square. So 1 by 10 means what? 0.1. So answer will be A. 1 by 10 means what? 0.1. Then the specific weight of water in SI units is. What is the answer? Specific weight of water in SI unit. Yes, someone has answered as A, 9.81 grams. No, it is wrong answer. Then C, 9.81 kilonewton per meter cube. So okay, so this is very important. Specific weight. What is the unit of specific weight? Kilonewton per meter cube. And for water, it is standard that now only I have told that in the previous question only. The standard specific weight of the water is 9.81 kilonewton per meter cube. And if it is there for what is the mass density, if they will ask the mass density, how much is their mass density of water? Specific weight is 9.81. What is the mass density for water? 1000. Good. 1000 unit is kg per meter cube. Unit is also very important. You should know the unit as well. 1000 kg per meter cube is the mass density of water. Okay. So next question is the on the glass. Please see here. This is important. Question number 7 is very important. On the glass plate, a drop of water sprayed to form a thin layer, whereas drop of mercury remains almost spherical because, okay, whenever I were talking about the cohesive force, I have told this example. Okay. On the clean glass, if I pour or drop one drop of a liquid, it will get spread or in the thin layer. But whereas if I drop the drop of the mercury, then it will remain in the spherical shape. What is the reason behind that? The answer option A is mercury is the metal. Density of mercury is greater than that of water. Cohesion of mercury is greater than the adhesive. The cohesion of water is greater than the adhesion of glass. What is the answer? One has answered as C. Mercury is a metal. Density of mercury is greater than water. Cohesion of mercury is greater than adhesion of glass. Cohesion of water is greater than adhesion of glass. Option is C. Very good. Because this, as it remains in the spherical shape, it is because what? Because of the cohesive property that it tends to force or attract each and every molecule to each other. Okay. So cohesion of the mercury is greater than the adhesion with the glass. So it will becomes or remains in the circular shape or the spherical shape. So C is the correct answer. That is the cohesion of mercury is greater than the adhesion with the glass. The eighth question is the Pascal is the unit of. Pascal is the unit of
Pressure.
pressure. Very good. All has answered as A. Okay. So Pascal, what is the unit of Pascal? It is the unit of pressure. That is Newton per meter square. 1 Pascal is equal to what? Newton per meter square. Okay. Then the SI unit of viscosity is. SI unit of viscosity is.
C.
Equal to the poise, 10 times equal to poise, 9.81 times the poise, equal to poise, and the none of the above. What is the relation? As we see, as we know the formula, 1 poise is equal to 1 by 10 Newton second per meter square. What it indicates? 1 Newton second per meter square is equal to 10 poise. Okay. 1 Newton second per meter square is equal to 10 poise. So what should be the answer? As a 10 times the poise. Okay, because you see here for next question, as the SI unit of viscosity we are discussing with. What is the SI unit of viscosity? 1 poise is equal to 1 poise is equal to 1 by 10 Newton second per meter square. And what they have asked, SI unit of viscosity is. What is the SI unit? Newton second per meter square is the SI unit. As Newton second per meter square we have asked, take this 10 in the left side. So how much it will become? 10 poise. So 1 Newton second per meter square is equal to 10 poise. So A is the correct answer. That is SI unit of viscosity is 10 poise. Okay, I have given in the both format formula. It is given in the both format. See the next question. The ideal flow of any fluid must fulfill the following. Ideal flow of any fluid must fulfill the following. What is meant by ideal flow? It is non-viscous, it is incompressible. Okay, so this will not be the answer, definitely. Okay, the boundary layer theory is not also applicable for the ideal fluid. We will let you know. I will let you know at that time. It is for next in the next chapter. This third chapter boundary layer, or fifth, I think. At that time you will get. It is not applicable for ideal flow. But see, if you consider any matter in the universe, if you are subjecting or dealing with any substance in the universe, that substance should be have to follow the Newton's law of motion as well as the continuity equation. The any substance in the universe should have to follow Newton's law of motion and the continuity equation. So for the question number 10, the answer is B and D. As they have not given the option, the answer is B and D. Both answers are correct. This is asked in the Pimpri Chinchwad Mahanagarpalika exam 2015. Okay, these are all questions that we are discussing. These are previously asked in exams like MPSC, Nagar Parishad, Jilla Parishad, PMC, BMC, WRD, PWD, etc. Okay, so these all questions are very important. I will move forward. See the next question. The density of water is maximum at. We have discussed this point.
4 degrees Celsius.
4 degree. Very good. The density of water is maximum at 4 degrees Celsius. A breaking up of a liquid into the droplets by the spraying is called. This is not in syllabus, but let it be. Can you tell the answer? Vaporization means what? What is meant by the vaporization? Vaporization, converting from liquid to the vapors. Simple. See, there are two techniques to solve the question. Okay. Suppose if you know the direct answer, you will always direct click to the answer without any thinking. Okay. But now, suppose you don't know the clear or exact answer and you have to just apply the trick. Okay. Then at that time, what we have to do, we have to go for the trial and error. You can go with the two methods. First, what the answer you knows and what the answer you don't. म्हणजेच काय सांगते बघा मी, you should have to follow the trial and error method, like what will be the correct and what will not be the correct. म्हणजे काय, पहिला आहे तो एक्झॅक्ट आन्सर काय असेल आणि दुसरा आहे तो you should have to go for elimination of the answers, elimination of the wrong answer and guessing the correct answer. या दोन प्रकारे करू शकतो आपण. आता इथं बघा, I will tell with the example. Now see here in the question number 12. Okay, in the question number 12, I don't know the exact answer. So I will go with the now what kind of process? With the elimination of the wrong answers. Okay, when you don't know the answer at that time, you can go with this process. I will go with the elimination process. Now see here, what is meant by the vaporization? Vaporization is nothing but changing the state from the liquid to the vapors. So this will not be the answer. What is the osmosis? As you have learned in the environment, reverse osmosis process. In this osmosis, we are passing the liquid or the water, any liquid, from the osmosis membrane. You have learned in the environmental science or environment. When we pass the water from the membrane, then it is called as osmosis. The reverse osmosis process, RO, reverse osmosis, that is used in the filtration. Environment मध्ये तुम्ही शिकला असता. RO system, reverse osmosis, that is, this technique is used in our filtration process. Okay, so the osmosis is regarding the passing the liquid from the membrane. Okay, what is osmosis? Passing the liquid from the membrane. So this will also not the answer. What is the Venturi effect? Venturi is majorly dealing with the pressure. Okay, how the Venturi meter works? If we decrease the area, pressure will increase. If we increase the area, pressure will decrease. You have the experiment on the Venturi meter. Okay, so this will not also answer. So the only thing remain which we don't know, what is atomization. Okay, so this will be the answer. What is meant by the atomization? Atomization is nothing but breaking up the liquid into the fine droplets. Okay, as it is in the not in the syllabus, we should go with this trick by the minimizing or the wrong answer should be minimized. Okay, the wrong answer आहे ते तुम्ही काय करू शकता, कट करू शकता. त्याच्यातून काय भेटेल तुम्हाला, what is the right answer. Okay, by neglecting the minimizing the wrong answers. Okay, so we will move forward. So the answer is the atomization. Atomization is the process in which the liquid are converted into the fine droplets. Okay, the liquid is breaking into the fine droplets. Now we'll move forward for question number 13. If the 5 meter cube of the certain oil weighs 4000 kg, then the specific weight of the oil is, mass is given, volume is given. What is been the mass density, weight, sorry, mass by volume. What is mass? 4000 divided by what is volume? 5 meter cube. 5 8s are 40 equal to 800 kg per meter cube. So first will be the answer A. Okay. 40,000 divided by 5, that is 800 kg per meter. But see here, they have given somewhat the wrong question. They have asked the specific weight. What is meant by specific weight? Weight by volume. Okay, what is meant by specific weight? Weight by volume. But they have not given any unit in the options. Weight by volume is what? You have to give the answer in kilonewton per meter cube. Okay, but they have not given any answer in the kilonewton per meter cube. So we will find out only mass density and we'll have that answer as 800. Our answer is correct, 800 kg per meter cube, but the question is wrong. They have asked the specific weight. Instead of that, they should have to ask the density. Okay. So we will move forward. See here, last question is, falling the drops of water become the sphere due to. Falling drop of water becomes a sphere due to.
Surface tension.
Very good. Due to the surface tension. Okay, because of the term surface tension, their outer layer of the water will get in the tension, so that they will tries to acquire the minimum cross-sectional area, and the minimum cross-sectional area is given by the sphere. Okay, so that the surface tension is helps the falling water, म्हणजेच आपण रेन वॉटर म्हणतो त्याला वगैरे, जे पाणी पडत असतं बा पावसाचं, they are always into the sphere shape because of surface tension. Now we'll see the next question, number 15. Cavitation is caused by. Question number 15 is, cavitation is caused by high velocity, low pressure, high pressure, and high temperature. What is the reason behind the cavitation? It is there in the reciprocating pumps, etc. Okay. What is the reason behind the cavitation? B, C, A. There are different answers. As we know, in the as cavitation, I will tell you it is depends on the pressure. The cavitation is depends on the pressure. Whenever the pressure goes below the vapor pressure, okay, whenever the pressure will go below the vapor pressure, it will leads to formation of the cavitation. So it is the property which is related to the low pressure. A number of people has given the answer as B. Very good. So what is meant by the cavitation? Cavitation will occur when the pressure of any liquid will go beyond the vacuum pressure or below the vacuum pressure. Okay, at that time that pressure is called as, because of that pressure, the cavitation will get formed. So the cavitation is the property which is related to the low pressure zone. Okay. The unit kg per meter cube is used for, very simple question is there, which is asked in the PWD 2016.
Density.
Density, very good. Kg per meter is the unit used for density. See how much easy question is there. Because in the competitive exam, there are always about 30% questions are very easy that you can solve easily. Okay. Then increase of temperature results in We have written the note in the day. We have written the note in the viscosity. What we have written? As someone has answered the answer as a D. Very good. See, we have written the note there at the time of we are discussing with the density. As the temperature will increases, density, sorry, viscosity. Sorry. Whenever we are discussing about the viscosity, we have given the note there. As the temperature increases, viscosity of gases will increases and viscosity of liquid will get decreases. Okay, as increase in the temperature causes increase in the viscosity of gases and the decrease in the viscosity of liquid. So both A and C answers are correct. Poise is the unit of poise. Poise is the unit of
Viscosity.
very good.
Viscosity.
Poise is the unit of viscosity. See how much easy questions are there. A fluid having the no viscosity is known as a fluid which don't have any viscosity.
Ideal fluid. Ideal fluid.
Ideal fluid. Very good. Mercury is used in the manometer because, as this question is from the next chapter, but let you guess the answer.
Its volume changes with column for high pressure. C.
So see
Option
here.
C.
Yes, option C is correct. I will discuss this with the next chapter as well. Now also I will tell you, as we are using the mercury in the manometer, as you might have seen the manometer. Okay, we are using the mercury in manometer. One end connect with the pipe, another end is free to the atmosphere. Then you are using the mercury here. Okay, this figure we have seen. Okay, we will discuss it. This is in the next chapter. In this region, we are using the mercury because if there is a high pressure at that time also, this will not increase too much height. Okay, so at the high pressure also, it will use the less height, so that we will easily calculate the high pressure as well. Suppose we are using here the another material which is susceptible for the high temperature, sorry, high pressure. At that time, what will happen? As the pressure will get increases, what happen? The liquid will go on rising and it will fall down from the free air. Okay, so that we are using the mercury here because mercury will give the less height of in the column for the high pressure. Okay, that we will discuss in the next chapter. It is there in the next chapter. The next question is, the fluid which dash dash is known as Newtonian fluid. Very simple question. The fluid which dash dash.
Newton's law of viscosity.
Yes, very good. The fluid which obeys Newton's law of viscosity is called as Newtonian fluid. And the fluid which does not obey Newton's law of viscosity is called as non-Newtonian fluid. Simple question. Option A is correct. Obeys Newton's law of viscosity. Then next question is the dimensions of the dynamic viscosity are. This question now only we have discussed.
Option B.
Option B is correct. M divided by LT. That is M into L raised to -1 into T raised to -1. That we have seen. Okay. It is a repeated question. Now, see here. Next question is, the printer's ink is the example of
Non-Newtonian fluid.
non-Newtonian.
Non-Newtonian fluid.
The printer's ink is the example of non-Newtonian fluid. Also, see here in the details, if you search on the Google, there are different kinds are there in the non-Newtonian field as a thixotropic substance, elastic solids, etc., etc., etc. This printer's ink falls into this category, that is thixotropic substance. Okay, so there is also option B is correct, as well as C is also most accurate. Okay, if you go on Google, search printers ink is example of, then you will get the different, there are different categories in the non-Newtonian field, and the thixotropic structure, the printer ink falls under this category, that is thixotropic structures. So the most accurate answer is thixotropic, as the both answers are correct. But if such a question is there for MPSC, then we have to answer the most accurate answer, that is option C. If it is controversy question, then the MPSC will cancel that question. Okay, कारण की MPSC मध्ये कसं असतं बघा, MPSC will gives the answer after once your exam will ended, in 3 to 4 days or maximum in a week, they will give their answer key. Okay, we have to analyze the answers and we have to go for the answer key. If we think this answer is not right for this question, we can claim for that question. Okay, then MPSC will analyze that claims, all the claims, then they will finally display the final answer key after the corrections. Okay, they will give you chance for the claim. If you think this answer is not right for this question, or this is a controversial question, so they will think about that your claim. If your claim is right, they will change the answer. If your claim is not right, they will go for the they will keep as it is. And if both will be the answer will correct, they will just cancel that question. Okay, likewise also will be there. Dynamic viscosity of gas increases with the temperature, increases as temperature increases, independent on temperature, maybe increase or decrease. As we know, the viscosity of it is asked for gases. It is increases with the increase in temperature. Okay, that we have seen. It increases with the increase in temperature, and the viscosity for liquid, it decreases with increase in temperature. Okay, now in the previous question only we have seen, I think 8th, 9th question is there. Then
Sir,
yes,
option D का येऊ शकत नाही.
may increase or decrease. It is not like the may increase or decrease. It is always increasing with the temperature. We are dealing with the gases only. Screen, okay. See here, as we are dealing with only gases here, for gases, as temperature effect on the gases, as the temperature increases, the viscosity of gases will also increases. And if we are dealing with the liquids, as the temperature increases, viscosity of liquid will get decreases. Okay, so answer B is, I think, increases with increase in temperature. Okay, B is correct. If there is a liquid, then A option will be right. If there is gases, B option will be right. Okay, we have written into the note this question. I have given this point as well. See the next question. The capillary depreciation are indicated by which sign? Very simple question.
Negative.
Negative. Okay. Capillary rise we indicate by positive, capillary fall or depression we indicate by negative sign. Next question is the ratio of surface tension of the hollow bubble and the spherical droplet of a same diameter is. The ratio of surface tension of hollow bubble and the spherical droplet of the same diameter is. See, there is a different formula for calculating the pressure rise. Okay, we have seen the formula for pressure rise. Due to the surface tension, there is a pressure rise, and that we have seen the different formula. For hollow bubble tube, there is a different formula. For spherical droplet, there is a different formula. But if we are dealing with the only surface tension for bubble as well as for droplet, there is a same surface tension. If and if only if the liquid is same. If the bubble is of the same liquid and the droplet is of same liquid, then the surface tension is always same. There will be the changes in the pressure. Okay, pressure intensity will get changed, but the surface tension will remain same. Okay, if there is a bubble or droplet of same liquid, the condition is what? The liquid should be same. Okay, so answer will be 1, that is 1:1. See, there is a change in a pressure or intensity of pressure due to the surface tension for bubble and droplet, but the surface tension for the same liquid is the same for bubble as well as for droplet. Okay, so answer will be the first, that is 1:1. The next question is the capillary force is dependent on. Capillary rise कशावरती डिपेंड असते? Capillary rise is depends on
surface tension.
very good. Capillary rise is the term which depends on surface tension. Okay. The next question is the shear stress required to produce unit rate of shear strain is
Viscosity.
viscosity. Very good. As we know, shear stress is directly proportional to the shear strain. Then we got shear stress is equal to mu into du by dy. If we take this mu here, okay, then we'll get viscosity. Okay. The next question is the reciprocal of mass density, which is commonly applied to gases, is known as. What is the reciprocal of mass density?
Specific weight.
Specific volume. Specific volume. Okay. Reciprocal of mass density is also called as specific volume. See, such very easy questions are there. But the problem क्या होता आपला? The all papers are at a same time. Okay, we have to solve the questions from the all subjects. Just a minute. Your next question is the CGS unit of the dynamic viscosity. What is the unit of dynamic viscosity? We know SI unit is, what is SI unit? Newton second per meter square. And what is CGS in it?
Look.
Pascal.
Poise.
Poise.
For dynamic viscosity, CGS unit is poise. For kinematic viscosity, the CGS unit is Stoke. Okay, Stoke is for kinematic viscosity, and poise is for dynamic viscosity. Okay, so poise is the one correct answer, and also we have to go for the another one. Okay, so see here, we have got one answer as a poise. Now we will see the second. See,
Pascal second.
as we can convert the Newton second per meter square, as we know Newton per meter square is the Pascal. Okay, so is equal to Pascal into second, but this is also SI unit. Okay, this is also SI unit. So this is not answer. Stoke is the CGS unit of kinematic viscosity. So the last is the second, that is the dyne second per centimeter square. Newton in a CGS, it is taken as dyne second per meter square. Instead of that, we can take in CGS centimeter square. Okay, so dyne centimeter per second square also will be the answer of. Thank you. Dynamic viscosity. Okay, so what is the correct answer? That is, third one is the poise and second is the dyne. Okay, so second and third, that is option B is correct. Next question, as we go at a higher and higher altitude, the absolute humidity, what will be the effect on humidity?
Increases.
Increases.
Option D, option A, option D. Whether it is increases or decreases,
Increases.
let's see here. Whether you know the theorem called temperature lapse rate. Have you heard? Have you heard this point? Temperature lapse rate. Actually, an environment. I think it is there in environment. Environment मध्ये आहे the theorem called, I will write here on top, temperature lapse rate. Have you heard? According to this, as we go on the altitude, means what? We are going on the altitude. What will happen? The temperature will get reduced with increase in the altitude. Okay. As we go on increase in the altitude, the temperature will get reduced according to the theorem called temperature lapse rate. It is there, I think, in wastewater engineering. Okay. Temperature lapse rate is what? Temperature decreases with increase in our altitude. If you have seen the movie called Iron Man पहिला पिक्चर. Iron Man मध्ये दाखवले बघा, ज्यावेळेस तो पहिल्यांदा सूट तयार करतो, आयर्न मॅन मध्ये दाखवले, ज्यावेळेस तो पहिल्यांदा सूट तयार करतो त्यावेळेस काय करतो, भरपूर उंच, किती उंच जाऊ शकतो मी ते बघतो, बरोबर आहे. When he built his suit first time, he tries to go up and up and up. Have you seen the film Iron Man? So at the higher altitude, what will happen? काय होतं, हायर अल्टिट्यूडला गेल्यावर सूट मध्ये बर्फ साचला जातो, त्यामुळे काय होतं, ते सूट वर्क करणं बंद होतं, तो खाली पडतो. ओके, म्हणून पिक्चर पण बघायला असतात त्याच्या वेळेस. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दॅट, ओके, ते लक्षात घेऊ नका, ते सोडा. टेम्परेचर लॅप्स रेट टोल्ड्स अस दॅट as we go on higher altitude, the temperature will get decreases. त्यासाठी एक सिंपल एक्झाम्पल लक्षात घ्या. तुम्ही डोंगरावरती कधी फिरायला गेलाय? हायर एलिव्हेशन महाबळेश्वर वगैरे असल्या ठिकाणी ज्यावेळेस तुम्ही डोंगराच्या किंवा एका प्लेन सरफेसला असता त्यावेळेस कसं असतंय, वातावरण वेगळं असतं. ज्यावेळेस तुम्ही डोंगरावरती जाता थंडगार वातावरण लागतं. ओके, as you go on the altitude the temperature will get reduced. सिंपल एक्झाम्पल असं लक्षात ठेवा. ज्यावेळेस तुम्ही फिरायला जाता डोंगरवर त्यावेळेस काय होतं, टेम्परेचर जसं जसं वाढत जाईल तस तसं सॉरी अल्टिट्यूड जसं जसं वाढत जाईल तसं टेम्परेचर काय होतं, कमी होत जातं. So higher and higher altitude the humidity will get decreases. Okay, option D is correct here. It will get decreases with the altitude. The next question is, which of the following relationship holds good? See here, I have told they will ask this formula in the words. सांगितलं तुम्ही wording मध्ये question विचारला जातो हा. As we know the formula, kinematic viscosity we denote by nu is equal to dynamic viscosity divided by
B.
density. Okay, the answer B is correct. As well as answer D, they have given the same option. If such question will be there in the exam, both answers are considered as correct. दोन्ही options same आहेत. Both options are same. Okay. Now let's see here this question number 36. खालचे questions बघू परत. 36 question number बघा. Stoke is the CGS unit of.
Kinematic viscosity.
Very good. Stoke is the unit of kinematic viscosity. Okay. For dynamic viscosity, it is Poise. For kinematic viscosity, it is Stoke. Cavitation is phenomenon caused by. Now only we have discuss about that. Absolute pressure, gauge
Absolute.
pressure, vapor, and atmospheric. What will be the answer? Vapor pressure. Very good.
Vapor.
As we know, when the temperature or the pressure falls below the vapor pressure, it leads to the formation of cavitation into the fluids. म्हणून काय होतं, ज्यावेळेस पंप जो आहे आपला, if we are dealing with the pumps, okay, at that time if the pressure into the pumps will fall below the vapor pressure, what will happen? It will always strikes the water. It forms the eddies at that point. It forms the cavitation at that point, and the blades of that pumps get rusted. It get fails. Okay, blade काय होतात पंपचे त्यामुळे फेल होतात. आणखी कुठं आपण त्याला बघायला भेटतं हा कॅव्हिटेशन, प्रेशर जिथं कमी होतं तिथं. म्हणजे फॉर एक्झाम्पल तुम्ही डॅमचं डिझाईन कधी बघितलं? Have you heard about the dam? Which one is the most suitable spillway for dam? Have you heard?
August
August spillway. Okay, August spillway. That is called S shape. बरोबर आहे का? August spillway किंवा S shape spillway म्हणतो आपण त्याला. तो मोस्ट सुटेबल आहे डॅम साठी आपण म्हणतो. का म्हणतो? Does anyone knows the reason behind that? I will tell. Please see here. August spillway means what? S-shaped spillway. Okay, whenever we are dealing with the spillways, we are always designing the spillway like this. Okay, August shape, or also it is called as S shape. Why this shape is preferred in the spillway, or it is taken as the standard shape? See, they have done one experiment. Experiment काय केला बघा त्यांनी? They have considered, suppose this is the crest of dam. This here very carefully, everyone. Lakshya. They have considered this is as a crest of that dam, and they have analyzed that how much should be the maximum height that we can be flowed over this crest. म्हणजेच काय? मॅक्सिमम किती वरून पाणी जाऊ शकतं आपण त्याला काय म्हणतो? ओव्हरफ्लो. How much overflow, maximum overflow will be there above this crest. Suppose at max this much height of the overflow will be achieved by the water over the crest. Then what they have done one experiment. They have taken this much height as the overflow height, and they have fall this water with the maximum velocity. त्यांनी काय केलं मग मॅक्सिमम व्हेलॉसिटी वॉटर फ्लो केलं आणि जेवढी हाईट मॅक्सिमम एच एवढी जी काय हाईट आहे तेवढ्या हाईटनं काय केलं वॉटर आहे ते फ्रीली क्रेस्ट वरनं असं फॉल केलं. दे हॅव डन वन एक्सपेरिमेंट. दे हॅव युटिलाइज द मॅक्सिमम व्हेलॉसिटी ऑफ वॉटर and they have achieved the maximum height over the crease. At that time, whatever the shape of a nappy, water कसं flow होणार बघा इथं. Whenever water falls, it will falls like this. Whatever the shape of nappy that is achieved by this water, that is considered as a desire. So the bottom nappy, बघा हे बॉटम जो काय सरफेस आहे, दिस बॉटम नॅपी ऑफ फ्लो इज कन्सिडर्ड ॲज अ स्टँडर्ड शेप फॉर डिझायनिंग द स्पिलवे. अंडरस्टूड. काय केलं त्यांनी बघा, काय केलं मॅक्सिमम किती हाईट येऊ शकते स्पिलवेच्या वरती क्रेस्टच्या वरती पाण्याची, तेवढ्या मॅक्सिमम हाईट आणि मॅक्सिमम फ्लो आहे तो त्यांनी फ्लो केला. सपोज दिस इज अ स्पिलवे, याच्यावरून काय झालं एवढी अशी मॅक्सिमम हाईट वॉटरची येणार आहे. आपल्याला मग ते काय केलं त्यांनी तेवढ्या मॅक्सिमम हाईटचं पाणी असं त्यांनी एक्सपेरिमेंट केला आणि सोडलं. मग ते कसं फ्रीली फॉल होईल, ओके, हाऊ इट फ्रीली फॉल्स. सो दे हॅव कन्सिडर्ड दिस शेप ऑफ अ नॅपी ऑफ दिस वॉटर. दिस इज कॉल्ड नॅपी. हा जो शेप आहे पाण्याचा त्याला नॅपी म्हटलं जातं. दिस अ शेप ऑफ अ नॅपी and this bottom portion of the nappy is taken as the standard shape whenever we are designing the spillway. Okay, जर suppose cavitation सांगत होतो मी, cavitation च्या related आहे तर, if suppose my shape of the spillway is like this. Okay, the shape of the my spillway is like this, and I have fall the water with higher speed. Okay, just the speed न जर water टाकलं तर काय होतं मी, this water will not follow the same path of the spillway. It will fall like this. Okay, it will fall like this. So here is the portion which will creates the negative pressure. This portion creates the negative pressure, which is called as negative pressure means what? Vapor pressure. Okay, so whenever there is a vapor pressure, it will leads to formation of cavitation. Whenever there is a negative pressure, that is the vapor pressure, it leads to formation of cavitation. And if there will be the cavitation, it will erode the portion of this spillway. If there is a formation of cavitation, it will erode the portion of spillway. Okay, so that's why the spillway are always designed for the higher velocity and with the higher height of a nappy. Highest height किती आहे डॅमच्या वरती आणि हायएस्ट वेलॉसिटी किती असेल त्याच वेलॉसिटीला म्हणून तर काय केला जातो, स्पिलवे आहे तो डिझाइन केला जातो, जेणेकरून भविष्यात कधी तिथं कॅव्हिटेशन फॉर्म होणार. ओके, डिझाइन केलेल्या वेलॉसिटी पेक्षा जर जास्त वेलॉसिटी आली तर तिथं काय होतं, इट विल लीड्स टू फॉर्मेशन ऑफ कॅव्हिटेशन and cavitation will erode that portion, so there will be the ultimately failure of that spillway. Okay, आयडिया माहिती असावी म्हणून सांगितले. We'll go to our previous points, that is MCQ. We will complete the MCQs. Today our target is to complete the MCQ of the first chapter. Now see here, we have completed the question number 37, that is cavitation is the phenomenon caused by the vapor pressure. If the pressure falls below the vapor pressure, it leads to formation of cavitation in the fluid. Okay, Then the question number 38. Which of the following statement is true? Specific weight of a liquid remains constant in some places and varies in the other places. Specific weight of a liquid varies from place to place. Specific weight of a liquid remains constant at every place. What will be the answer?
Option C.
Specific weight of the liquid remains constant. Anyone else? What is the formula for specific weight? What is the formula? Specific weight, W is equal to,
Weight upon volume.
On volume.
very good, weight by volume. I have given in a note. Whenever we are discussing about the weight and mass, I have given one note. The weight of a substance is not constant, but mass is constant as we go place to place. दिले का नाही नोट मध्ये लिहून दिलंय मी. आपण जर वेगवेगळ्या ठिकाणी गेलो तर its weight will varies. Okay, if we go different place to place, the weight will vary and mass is always constant because weight is depends on G, that is gravitational acceleration, and the gravitational acceleration is different from place to place. So weight is always vary from place to place and the mass is always constant. Okay, note लिहून दिले मी. दिले का नाही? We have written the note there. Weight is varies from place to place and mass is always constant. So as the specific weight is depends on the weight, it will varies from place to place. Option B is right. See here. If you have any confusion, please ask. I will repeat. If instead of they will get specific weight, if they have asked the density, mass density, then it is constant because mass is constant from place to place. But here they have asked about the weight. Okay, because weight is varies from place to place. We have written there. Weight varies from place to place because the weight is depend on G, that is acceleration due to gravity, and G varies from place to place, so that weight also varies. Understood? Shall we move forward? Okay. The next question is, in which of the following situation the viscous force is unimportant? Which of the following situation the viscous force is unimportant? Viscosity is not depend for what condition? कोणत्या कंडिशनला विस्कोसिटी डिपेंड नसते? See here, for motion of aeroplane, aeroplanes are moving in the airs with a fast velocity, so they will affect the viscosity, will affect on the aeroplanes, so this will get cancelled. Resistance of motion to the ship, as ship is moving on the water, so there will be also viscosity, there also viscosity will affect. Flow of incompressible fluid in the closed pipe, in the closed pipe the flows are there in the layers, they will also affect to each other. Now see, the only term remains capillarity. What is the formula for capillarity? 4 sigma. What is the formula? Cos theta divided by rho GD. बरोबर आहे का?
Yes, sir.
बरोबर आहे सर.
बरोबर आहे ना? हा. This is formula for capillarity. Okay, याच्यामध्ये कुठेही विस्कोसिटीचा उल्लेख नाही. Okay, so the capillarity waves in the channel are independent on the viscosity, or simply what, viscosity is not that much important in the capillarity. Okay, then the capillary of any liquid is independent of the same formula. What is the capillary rise? 4 sigma cos theta divided by rho g d. So see here, specific weight, viscosity, surface tension, diameter. Specific weight आहे का इथं आपलं rho. Okay, specific weight means काय W, and W is depend on mu. Sorry, rho. That is mass density. So density वरती depend आहे. Yes. Surface tension, yes, it is there in the formula. Diameter, yes, it is there in the formula. Only viscosity is not there in the formula. So it is not depend on the viscosity. Okay, it is independent of the viscosity. त्यासाठीच मी काय सांगितलं होतं, you should know the formula. If you remember the formula, you will get the number of questions. Okay, because there is also theoretical questions that might be asked on the formula like this. Okay. Now we'll see. The next question is, as we go higher and altitude, the absolute humidity. Now only we have seen this. What is the answer?
Decreases.
Decreases. Yes. डोंगरावरती लक्षात ठेवायचं. Higher altitude आपण, if we go on the mountain top, we will feel very cold. So it will get decreases. See here, question number 33. We are missing this question. 33, 34, and 35. One stroke is equal to
10 raised to -4 meters square per second.
very
Raised
good.
to -4.
-4. One stroke we have seen the formula 10 raised to -4 meters square per second. They might be asked in the reverse, 1 meter square per second is equal to. At that time, it is equal to 10 stroke. Okay. They will ask in the both ways. You should know the both ways. Now, in the liquid droplet, if the diameter of the droplet decreases, then the pressure intensity inside the droplet will
Increases.
Increases.
how you can say, as we know, what is the formula for pressure for the liquid droplets? For droplet, how much it is? What is the formula? Okay, 4 sigma upon D. As D is in the denominator, so we can say P is inversely proportional to the D. Okay, as D is in denominator, P is inversely proportional to the D. So if the D increases, P decreases. If the D decreases, P increases. Likewise, okay, they are inversely proportional to each other. Now in the question they have given the diameter of the droplet is decreases. Okay, so what will happen? Ultimately, pressure will get increased. Okay. Which of the following represents the unit of dynamic viscosity?
Option A, Newton
Option
second per
A.
meter square.
See
Yeah.
how much times it is asked. So that's why only I have told that these are very important parameters. That is first topic, that is properties of the fluid. The most important topics in this first chapter is surface tension, capillarity, viscosity. These are very important chapters. Okay, the number of questions will be asked on these topics. Try to solve number of more questions from the net, etc. Okay, so we'll get more and more practice. You will be perfect in that. Now there is answer key as well here, but don't see the answer key. We'll follow the questions only. But the questions baga, answer key bagu naga. Answer key bagun question चे answers देऊ नका. Okay. Else. We'll see the question next. See here. What is the question? Which one of the following is the reason for the cavitation? This is a repeated question. What is the reason?
Low pressure.
Low pressure. Okay, the low pressure. As the pressure decreases below the vapor pressure, it will forms the cavitation. Compressibility is the reciprocal of
Bulk modulus.
bulk modulus. Very good. Compressibility, it is reciprocal of bulk modulus. If the velocity gradient of a fluid flow is 10 units, okay, what is given? See here, the velocity gradient, that is what is meant by velocity gradient? du upon dy. It is given as 10 units. And the dynamic viscosity means what? Mu. It is given as 2 units. Then the shear stress is, what is shear stress? Tau is
20
equal to
units.
20 units.
very simple. du by dy, very simple example is here. 2 into 10, that is 20. Very simple example, it is asked in PW 2018. The next question is the specific weight of 1 liter of liquid, which weighs 8 Newton.
Option A, 8,000 Newton per meter cube.
As we know, the specific weight W is equal to weight upon volume is equal to what is weight? What the weight is given? 8 Newton divided by how much volume is given? 1 liter. You see here, but the all answer options are given in Newton per meter cube. So we have to convert liter to meter cube. So 8 divided by how much liter is equal to 1 meter cube?
10 raised to minus 3.
Very good.
10 raised to minus 3.
1 meter cube is equal to 1000 liter. These are basics. These such basics we should know. These are very simple. And if we reverse it, 10 raised to minus 3 meter cube. A simple formula आपल्याला लक्षात असले पाहिजे. So at bottom as it is minus 3, in the top it will be 1, 2, 3 zeros. And its unit Newton per meter cube. Okay, so A option is the correct option. Such simple units or unit conversions that you should know. We have to remember such simple unit conversions. If the question is given in centimeter, meter, mm, we have to convert it into the mm, meter, or liter into the meter cube. Okay, such simple conversions that you should know. The next question is a real fluid in which the shear stress is directly proportional to the rate of shear strain is called Newtonian fluid. Shear stress is directly proportional to the shear strain. It is what? The Newton's law of viscosity. The fluid which obeys the Newton's law of viscosity, it is Newtonian. Okay. Fill the blanks regarding the viscosity units. To convert the unit of viscosity from poise to MKS unit, poise should be divided by dash, and to convert the poise into the SI unit, the poise should be divided by dash.
Option A, 9.81 in 10.
As we see, we know to convert poise into the SI unit. Okay, this conversion we know, we have seen, or we have taken. This is 10, but we don't know about the conversion of poise to the MKS unit. Okay, so the conversion of poise to the MKS, it is 98.1. Please everyone write down this. Everyone please, where we have written in the viscosity, 1 Newton second per meter square is equal to 10 poise. There, at that place also write down 1 MKS, as we are not dealing with the MKS unit, but they have asked once, so we should know this also. 1 MKS is equal to 98.1 points. This is what SI unit to CGS unit. And this is what MKS unit to CGS unit. As write down this only. Instead of this writing, write down there as a note or on the top of notebook. Okay. अशा गोष्टी कुठल्या लिहायच्या? On the top of notebook, write down this to convert the unit of viscosity from poise to MKS. Write down that question only. Question is लिहा तो. Write down this question to convert the unit of viscosity from poise to MKS unit, poise to MKS unit. Poise should be divided by 98.1 and to convert poise into SI unit, the poise should be divided by 10. The poise should be divided by 10. Okay, this is additional point. Written. It's the additional point. If you want to make a star mark to it, it's the additional question. Write down everyone. Okay, so we will move forward for the last question. Last question is the phenomenon of a rise or a fall of a liquid surface. The phenomenon of a rise or a fall of a liquid surface in a small tube. Related to the adjacent genre of liquid is.
Capillarity.
Very simple question. The phenomenon of rise or fall of a liquid level with respect to the level surface, it is called as capillarity. Simple question is there. Any doubt regarding any question? This is also they have given the solution for that. Answer key as well as solutions are given. I will also share this PDF. And where to get this PDF? I have made one Excel sheet, okay, as a teaching diary, and I have uploaded that Excel sheet on the description of our group. Okay, we have made one WhatsApp group called competitive exam group. Okay, competitive exam classes. On that group, in the description, I have given the link for the teaching diary. In that link, you will get all the syllabus, all the previous question papers, the reference books for the all subjects. Then also you will get the recorded lecture of each lecture, okay, each session. Then also you will get there this such PDFs notes. Okay, I will provide it to you on that link. So we can go to that link. Understood? As time is over. Okay. So we will stop here. We have successfully completed our first chapter. In the next chapter, the second chapter is very small. We'll see that. Mark your attendance to the chat box, and then you can left the lecture. Okay. Mark your attendance fast and leave the lecture.